In this explainer, we're going to break down how AI coding is evolving from the simple assistants we've all been using to fully orchestrated systems. All right, so let's just jump right in. This leap we're seeing from just writing code to truly orchestrating a system is a massive, fundamental shift in how we think about development. It's not just about getting better at generating functions, we're talking about changing the entire workflow. And we're going to show you exactly what that crucial difference is. So our journey really begins with a milestone we all know, OpenAI Codex. This was the breakthrough, right? The thing that first let developers generate code using natural language. But, and this is a big but, Codex had one core critical limitation. It was isolated. Yeah, this really sums it up perfectly. Codex was, and still is, excellent at the very specific task of just writing code. But as we all know, modern software development is so much more than that. It's about managing the context of an entire project. And honestly, Codex just wasn't built for that. And that brings us to the next step in this evolution, Cursor. This is where AI started to think at a project level, by combining multiple LLMs and adding this whole new structural layer to the workflow. So Cursor basically solved a lot of the problems that Codex had. It became a true cooperative agent, one that understood the context of an entire project. It could plan first and then execute across multiple files. But there was still this missing link in the chain. You still had to manually connect it to other tools or external systems. And this is where we see the next major leap. OpenClaw moves way beyond just being a coding tool inside your editor. The whole goal here is to become a networked system that manages the entire development lifecycle. So, what's the secret sauce here? What actually enables this fundamental shift? What's the core tech that takes us from a project-aware agent to a full-blown system orchestrator? The answer is MCP, the Model Context Protocol. Think of it like a universal translator for Gen AI. It's a standard that allows different AI systems to actually talk to each other, and not just inside your IDE, but across completely separate applications. And with MCP, the implications are just massive. OpenClaw transforms from being this isolated tool into a central hub. It can delegate tasks, chain commands across different services, and orchestrate complex workflows that go way beyond just writing code. Okay, enough of the abstract stuff about MCP. Let's look at some concrete examples of how OpenClaw puts all this orchestration into practice. Because this is where it gets really exciting. Okay, check this out. You send a simple instruction over WhatsApp, right? OpenClaw receives it, plans the entire app architecture, generates all the project files, and then, and this is the killer part, it actually runs the application and sends you back screenshots as proof. The IDE is being completely controlled by an external Gen AI. So this just goes to show, OpenClaw doesn't stop at code generation. It closes the entire development loop. It takes you from a simple idea to a running application, and it even kicks off the deployment process. All of it with zero manual intervention. This integration of deployment, this is what ushers in what the source material calls a new reality for developers. We're moving beyond vibe coding to something much bigger, autonomous shipping. This table just crystallizes the entire evolutionary path we've been talking about, doesn't it? Codex writes code, Cursor thinks in projects, but OpenClaw, it orchestrates entire systems. Each step here represents a massive expansion in scope and capability. And this is how it all works. See, OpenClaw isn't just another tool in your toolchain. It is the toolchain. It acts as the central orchestrator, connecting the AI models, the development environment, messaging apps, and even the deployment pipeline. So when you boil it all down, OpenClaw isn't positioning itself as just another coding tool. It's aiming to be something fundamentally different, an orchestrator for autonomous software development. And that, right there, is the core of the new era that's beginning.